Now she's recording.
No,
Hello, everyone.
welcome.
Thank you for that. Do I go first now too?
I'm gonna have we're gonna go ahead and kick this off. I know people are still gonna be coming in for the next few minutes, but we appreciate you guys showing up on time, and we're excited to share with you. So, with that, I introduce the boss. I really want to like give you like a full blown like the lady that is the reason that we're all here, Miss Greta Drager.
My gosh. Hello, everyone. Thank you for spending part of your evening with us tonight. We're just really excited that you're here because we love this company and everything that it's done in the how long have you been here? 2 months? It seems crazy. We're just so excited about everything that we've done and everything that is still to come and sharing it with you. So, my name is Greta Drager. I've been in the industry for almost 15 years, which I know because I'm only 24. That's hard to believe, but I really have. I started in this business when my kids were really small. They were like 2 and 3 years old, I think, just as a way to, number one, try to make ends meet because we had like they say more month than money. So at the end of every month, we were kind of like, how does this work? We don't have enough. And so it was that, but it was also, I was a stay-at-home mom with my kids and I loved it. And I honestly think like it's all I ever wanted to be. But then like at the end of the day, I wanted something that was for me and I wanted something that I could pour my adult energy into and something that I could like focus on that was like mine and something that I could feel really accomplished about. So when those two things kind of came together, I found direct sales and someone was just posting about it on Facebook. Just this random company that I had never heard of before. And she was talking about how she had been able to go to the grocery store and not check her bank balance first. And for me, I was like, oh, well, that alone would be worth whatever I need to do that because the grocery store was like a pain point for me. And I was the girl checking my balance before I went in. And so I was thinking, okay, like I see all these like crazy stories of people like going on vacations and cruises and earning cars and millions of dollars. And I was like, I know that's not going to be me, but if I could just pay for my groceries, like let's be realistic here. If I could just do that, that would be worth my time. And so I jumped in. I knew nothing about the industry. I didn't know at the time that there were so many options in companies, and I didn't know that some compensation plans were better than others and some product lines were better than others. I truly just saw one girl talking about one product line and didn't even know that this was a massive industry. And so I was like, I'm going to do what she's doing because she's making extra money. And so I spent 4 years in that company and I hit the top of the company. I was among the top income earners there. And then after having some experience and kind of through those 4 years, I always say that was my 4 years of college, and now I'm in my big girl career because I learned everything. I learned so much about the magnitude of this industry, what's actually possible for people in this industry. And I also learned that there are better timings and better opportunities and better companies. And I wanted to be part of something bigger. And so I transitioned into another company that was very new at the time and it was new to the space. And it was just a really good opportunity for what it was at the time. And again, I hit the top of that compensation plan. I did that in 6 months. The first company took me 3 years to do. It took me 6 months the second time. And it's because I had sort of figured out the groove of what it means to build a business like this. And so we ended up creating the largest team in the company. We produced more million-dollar earners and more top ranked market partners than any other team. We grossed over $1 billion in revenue as a team. And it was life changing. It was absolutely life changing. I traveled the world. I paid off all of my debt. Just absolutely everything that I thought wasn't real when I signed up in this industry, needing grocery money, all of those things that I thought, well, that's not going to be what my goals are. I need to like be realistic here. All of those things happened for me. And it's because I realized very quickly that when you teach other people how to do this and how to be successful at it, you are successful by default. And so for the last 14 years now, I've been pouring all of my energy into teaching other people how to reach their goals, how to be really good at this, how to kind of break through when it is something that's new for people and it could be uncomfortable and it's just that unknown that people are like, what do I even do? Just teaching people the basics and how simple this business can be has changed my entire life just by teaching people how to change theirs. So it has been greater than anything I could ever imagine. And when I saw pharmacy kind of hit the scene, I was like, hold on, I've seen this film before, and I know what it's like to get into a company that is just about to take off like a rocket ship, but it's still kind of unknown. And we're going to get into all the details about why the timing in this company is tremendous. But it sort of felt like a do-over. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think we could do this again, but even bigger this time. And so just a couple of months ago, I walked away from the organization that I built to start over brand new here at Pharmacy. And it has been the most exciting transition of my career. It's been so rewarding and it's just so fun. So I'm going to share with you guys a little bit more about the opportunity and what Pharmacy really is. We are in over 39 countries. There are over 7 million beauty influencers worldwide. One thing that, okay, so a lot of times people will tell you, you need to get into a company that's, new and there's not a lot of reps there yet. Here's the thing that's really cool about Pharmacy. We launched internationally first and came to the United States after. And why that's cool is yes, these numbers look big and it looks like, wow, 7 million, that's a lot of people. Like, that sounds like competition to me, or that sounds like maybe market saturation. It's not, because we've only been in the United States for less than 5 years and we just hit 3 years in Canada, 6 months in the UK. And what this really spells to me is that this brand has worked out all the kinks. They know exactly how to scale. All of sort of the growing pains are behind us. And now we just get to kind of ride the momentum because it's not a brand new company. It's actually got 74 years of heritage because before they entered the direct sales space 10 years ago internationally, this was a legacy company. This was started by a doctor in Turkey. His name was Dr. C. Tuna. You'll see his name on some of the categories in our brand. The hair care and the skincare bear his name still. And his grandsons are now the CEO and the president of the company. So that's why we call it a legacy company. It's now in its third generation of family ownership. They are absolutely debt free. They own a 5 million square foot city. It's called Pharma City in Turkey, and over five distribution centers worldwide as well. And they also just completed pretty recently, a $30 million campus in Miami. So that is a warehouse, a distribution center, office space, all that kind of stuff. What's neat about this to me is that all of these things, aside from the campus in Miami, these are investments that they made into the brand a really long time ago. So these are things that, a 5 million square foot facility, that's been paid for. All of these things have just laid the infrastructure for everything that's to come. And because we're debt free and because they've been building this and paying it off and reinvesting into the brand for so long now, we're just looking at profits. And that's why they're able to share so much commission. So okay, we're going to talk. I get ahead of myself because I get excited talking about the commission, but we're going to talk about that later too. But one of the reasons that they're able to pay us so well is because this is a 74-year-old heritage company and because we also own our manufacturing and we do our own production, our packaging, all of that stuff. Every sort of like chain is us. We don't have to outsource anything. There's no third parties that are making profits off of any part of our production. And that is why they're able to pay us so well too. So we have been the #1 direct sales company in Turkey. The plan is to be #1 worldwide We would love to take over all parts of North America, and I think we're on pace to do so. We're currently the number 28 direct sales company, but the plan is number one in the world, and I think together we are going to make that happen. And I'm so excited to be part of the beginning because I have seen where this goes a time or two, and I know that the people who are here building and laying that foundation with us now are going to see massive success in the months and years to come. So I'm excited. I'm going to pass it over to Emily, and she's going to tell you a little bit about herself too.
Hello. All right. So I am Emily, and I live in Southern California. I have 5 kids. Ages, our oldest just turned 11 last week, and our youngest is 4. So we're just right in the middle of everything. And it's wild over here, you guys. It's real wild. And I started in direct sales because I had 3 kids under the age of 3 at home. And I just was like, well, daycare is going to take out anything I make anywhere else. So it's either start my own business or, never leave the house ever again and just scrape by. And so I started with the company that Greta was previously with also, and Amy, we all together. And what's so cool, by the way, sidetrack note, is that the 3 of us found each other at that company. We were not in the same teams. We were not affiliated at all, but we had randomly found each other at different events and such. And we really gravitated to one another. And they were the people that I loved in the company, but I never got to interact with. And so now I get to work with like my 2 favorite people, which is just so much fun. And that's essentially, by the way, the reason that I am here. So what happened was I was over at another company. I earned a Cadillac. I became one of the top tier ranks, and I worked so hard to do it, you guys. Like, I'm not an influencer. I didn't have a following. I'm a mom of 5. I'm just super, super normal. And I was like, I worked so hard. I clawed my way to the near top. And I was absolutely exhausted. It took over my entire life. And I was in a company that just didn't align with what I wanted anymore. I think it's also safe to say that, when companies grow with the times, we're able to have more success. And this previous company just was not growing with the times. And so, having situations where you really have to talk people through all these different programs constantly, when people are now able to just click online at links and purchase things, that kind of thing was really hurting us. The culture of the company was really hurting us. And so I was checked out. And then Greta came to me. And I will say, actually, other than Amy, I think if any other human had come to me other than Greta or Amy, I would have said, I will never leave because I'm making money and I'm not doing anything. And also, I'm so done with this industry that you couldn't pay me to leave. And start again. You could not pay me to start again. And so essentially what happened was Greta said, let's look at this. Let's just look. And I did. And the idea of working, don't worry, my kids are just knocking on the walls. It's fine. The idea of working hand in hand with people who I adored and people who were there to support me, and a company that was moving with the times where you can just send a link and people can go on and shop and they're going to get the good prices without you having to explain a million things. And a company that was very easy to recruit with because you are able to offer people 50% commissions. That all sounded great, but the real reason that I came over was because of Greta and Amy, and just being able to work with people who I could really feel like were going to take me on the journey with them. And in 2 weeks, I became a director at this company. And that's just not where I'm stopping. And I can't wait to go to Turkey with these girls and be in a hot air balloon ride and celebrate. And so that's kind of my story. But allow me to tell you more about the products because really, that's pretty dang important, isn't it? So, the products. Because the products are formulated in Turkey, what's so awesome is that you know that the ingredients are pretty dang amazing. And that's because the European Union, the EU, actually has very, very big standards for their ingredients. They don't allow well over 1,000 ingredients, whereas in the US, I think we've banned 11. And so just knowing that you can't put anything, super toxic. And also the company goes extra. They're extra. And they're very cutesy. They're very demure, very mindful. And they actually use no heavy metals, no GMO. We actually grow everything on site at Pharma City. And so all the raw materials, think of the quality control there. Whereas if you're having to purchase water from a different company, if you're having to purchase raw materials from a different company, if you're having to purchase any of the materials to make things at a different company, to package, to all of that, we do everything ourselves. And so that gives us quality control. It means that Eric, could you manage the poodles? It means that we have quality control, which is huge, but it also means that everything is so much more affordable and they pay us. So really, you can't go wrong when you're working with a company that has control over this much because it means we're getting paid the max amount. The products are affordable for our customers, which especially right now, times are tough and people want to be able to walk into their drugstore and grab a whitening toothpaste and not pay an arm and a leg. Well, you're able to offer them that same thing. We actually have a whitening toothpaste that is non-toxic, that is a safe alternative to all the crud that's out there, and it's the same price if you're one of us, if you're a beauty influencer. If you're not, it's slightly more, and people are willing to pay that for the ingredients. You'll see there's everybody out there, they'll pay more for what they find to be worth it. Now, because we adhere to the EU, we have no testing on animals, free of animal ingredients. The only one of our products that isn't vegan completely is our collagen. And we're gluten-free, free of parabens, heavy metals, all that crud. And we have everything, you guys. We have makeup, we have skincare, we have nutrition, we have hair care, we have household items, we have toothpaste. I could go on and on forever because our inventory is insane. And it's a little overwhelming when you first come in, but then you realize people are used to going to Sephora. Imagine the number of items that are there, right? For them, they go in for makeup and you're like hit in the face with all this. People love to be able to shop and find what works for them, and to be able to do it online is pretty amazing. So with that, I'm going to move on over. I get to introduce someone else. This is so exciting. I'm going to move on over to the amazing Amy Murphy. She is Canada's sweetheart. She is a Disney princess, and she is absolutely crushing it over here. So, Amy, where?
Hello. Thank you so much. You're the best. First off, I want to just see if everybody wants to take a look at my pharmacy glow. I just did my skincare this evening. So this glow, this shine, this mindful demure, this is pharmacy right here. And I'm here for it. So that's why I'm glowing tonight, because I just have everything on there. I just want to put the disclaimer out there. So, anywho, my name is Amy Murphy, and I have been in direct sales for over 27 years. And the first 17 years of my journey, I royally failed. I was in and out of at least 10 different companies, and I never made a penny in those companies. And then the last company that I was in, I ended up joining for the discount. It was I was pregnant with my third child. We now have our children are now 14, 13, and 8. But that 8-year-old that I had turning 9, she was in my belly when I started the last company, and we couldn't really afford for me to be in another company, according to Tim, because like we were struggling a little bit. We were unexpectedly pregnant with that third child, and things were a little tight. And so our discussions around finances were, what can we do to save some money? Where can we cut corners? And one of his specific word for word ideas how to save ourselves rich was, why don't you stop doing those network marketing things? Like, you don't make any money, you're always spending more than you're saving. Like, I guarantee if you don't join another one, we will save so much money. And I agreed. I said, you're right. Like, good call. I'll just be a customer and support my friends, I guess. Like, I'll just stick with that. But I was looking for something. I found an item, and it was in a direct sales product. And so my strategy was, I thought, well, I could pay full price or I could go for the discount. So I signed up against his will, behind his back. I joined for the discount. And then I realized a month later I'd have to let him know because the visa bill was going to come out. So I wanted to kind of prep him. So he didn't come at me first. I kind of was like, give him a little prep and be like, oh yeah, because I was planting seeds all month about like, I need this, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that. Oh, I found the thing and it's going to be on the card, but just so you know, it was cheaper. I got the better deal by signing up. And he was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're doing this again. Like, he was so mad. He was so mad. It was like, it was a thing. And and so anyways, he got me so mad. I only joined for the discount, but he made me so mad because he said all these things like, no one's gonna believe you, no one's gonna trust you, you've sold everything under the sun, like blah 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 blah. Like, it was this big all this stuff. And I said, well, how about this? How about I'll make it in this company, and if I don't, I'll never do another one again. So I backed him into a corner. I said, I'm going for it. I'm just gonna do it and see what happens. And so he goes, whatever, don't talk to me about it. So I said, fine. So then guess what I did? I was the first person in all of Canada to hit the top of the comp plan. It took me a year and a half. And then it took me 2.5 years to be the second Canadian to earn $1 million. By the end of it, I was the number one. I've been the number one income earner in that company for 7 years straight. Nobody could take me out. I was solid in my position. We made well over 5 million, well, 5 million Canadian. It was like about probably 4.6, I guess, Canadian. So almost 5 million Canadian. So needless to say, he jumped on board with me at some point during that journey. He started to believe it was good and he jumped on board. But here's what happened. So this is where things changed. So about 3 years ago, it started that I was starting to kind of feel some feels differently, even though the money was great, everything was fine, smooth sailing, high position, high money, all the things. But things started happening where I wasn't aligning. And then it was like about a year ago where I really was like, Tim, like, I just don't feel right. A lot of things were changing, a lot of, kind of stuff was going on, and I was starting to unalign with the products, the company, this and that. Without getting into it, about 6 months ago, Tim decided to fully take it over from me. So he went from non-believer to, okay, I'm going to support you, do what you want. I believe in you now. And then it's like, okay, I'm going to take it over. So he took over my business and I was non-existent to my team. I walked away. I said, I can't, I don't, because I was just in my feels of like what I wanted my business to look like, what do I want for my business moving forward? What do I want for my people? What do I want to like, what I want to look like? And it wasn't looking that way, but he was fine because he's like, I'm okay to collect over here, like sitting at the top while people are struggling down here. Like, he was fine with all that. And he's like, I got this. I got this. You worked hard for like 8 years, 9 years. You worked hard. I will take over and just coast and try to keep things going for you. No problem. But it got to the point where I was done. I was like, Tim, I need to be free because I feel there's something else out there and I don't know what it is, but I either need to retire from the industry fully. I was about to retire. That was my ultimate decision. I was just like, I need to be free because as long as we're tied and connected, then I feel like I can't be free to be fully me, what I need to do, where I need to go. There's something that's itching and pushing at me. So much so that I'm walking away from literally a mid 5-figure a month paycheck. It's like, what is going on? People thought I was complete crazy. But here's the craziest thing of all. Greta knows what I'm going to say. Emily knows what I'm going to say. Is that of Tim woke up out of a dead sleep one night, woke dead sleep. Like, Greta, how many times has Tim actually phone called you? I'm just, how many times is zero? Okay, Tim has never phone called Greta ever. He wakes up out of a dead sleep and goes, I need to call Greta. So he calls Greta on the phone in the morning out of a dead sleep. Hey, Greta, what's up? Like, what is that? So they start talking and they're talking business. They're talking back and forth. All of a sudden, he's talking to me later on that day and talks to me about pharmacy. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, here he is. Here he is. So this is this is the most ironic part of the whole thing. And why this is so crazy is that I was ready to retire. Tim was like dead set on staying in that company. Dead set. Like you would have to pull him kicking and screaming out of there.
Well, you did.
Oh, I did. I literally did pull him kicking and screaming. But he's the one that told me about pharmacy, so it's all his fault. It's all him, which is a funny thing because he was talking to Greta out of nowhere. And Greta and Emily, I guess, were talking about us at some point too. You guys were talking about us, and we didn't know
It
that.
makes me feel bad that you said I woke out of a dead sleep. It was 10:41 a.m.
Yeah, you worked all night, so you were tired. So, anyways, he woke up out of his sleep, calls Greta out of nowhere, and then starts talking about all these things. And then he presents it to me. And what I saw, guys, what I saw, I couldn't unsee it. It was like every single thing that I struggled with in my business that I was like, this isn't right. This isn't right. I don't like, I want this, that if this would be fixed, that like all these little things that I was like, oh, I wanted to change. It was like, check, 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 check. And I was like, Tim, like I did not think this is what was going to happen. I thought I was walking away from the industry. I thought I was going to retire and just be free to see what happens. Well, it came in full force. Like it was just like it 360'd us, like whoop, spun us around. So when we came over here, it was we just left and it was so fast and it was like not the ideal way we wanted to leave because it happened so fast. But I believed so hard in what I saw when Greta showed me it. I was like, oh, dude, like, no, this is something special. And Greta saw it too. She was making double, triple what I was making. And Greta was like, this is good. Like, we need to do this. And I'm like, yeah, we do. Like, I can't believe I'm actually thinking of doing this again. I was so burnt out. I was so burnt out from the industry, being in my head, just being I didn't want to look at social media again. I didn't want to post again. I didn't want to have anything to do with anything again. And when I saw this, it lit me up so hard. And now our Canadian team is we've been here 2 months. The first month we shot up to number 5 in all of Canada. Like, what? And this month we'll be earning I call it golden turkey. We're earning golden turkey. That's the golden manager level. You get the turkey trip. Golden turkey, woo! So it's like, what is happening? But it's like, I just feel so free over here, you guys. We're going to go on about it. Like, we will tell you anyways, I could go on about what we saw here, but I know Emily and Greta feel the same way, that there's something special here and everyone can win here. Everyone at all levels win here. And that's what I saw at the end of the day of all the nitty gritty details. It was that every person at every level gets to win. That's what we wanted. And I'll just, it's all good. It's all good. So let's talk about how it works. No, we're not. Is that what my slide is today? Is that what I'm talking about how it works? Okay, this is my slide. I forgot what I was talking about today. So how it works, we are going to get, when you sign up, the thing I loved about this straight off the top was that we have systems over here. We cried for 9 years for systems and like simplicity, right? And over here, it is like instant access. It's like you get plugged in right away. Our lineage from me and Emily, we're sister lines under Greta, and then Greta is under Bianca, under Issa, under Hamina, who is under the top person in the whole entire company. We're on a crazy strong power leg. Like, and everybody all up the line of our leg, it's like the most amazing, supportive, generous leadership I've seen in my whole entire life, of this powerful leadership that has skills, that has training, and we're all allowed to plug into it. So when you come in, if you don't have to do anything yourself if you don't want to. If you don't want to create your own brand and team or whatever, you can plug your people into any one of these lineages, like, and just be like, this is what we're using. This is the system we're doing. We're going to plug into this. It's like craziness. So you get instant access to these training and resources from all of the lines all above us. The minute that you're in and you get added to the chats, we have chats all up the lines. If you want to be a part of all the chats on all the teams, you can go into mine. You can even go into Emily's. Emily will welcome you into hers too. You know, we got Greta's, we got whoever's. Like this company truly operates as like a family. And I'm going to attest to this because we just did a Halifax event and our team was very large there, which was really awesome. But there was a lot of other teams there and people flew in from other provinces like Toronto and like, you know, PEI, New Brunswick. Like people flew in from all over and drove from all over. And already after we all separate, like everyone, first of all, welcomed us in with open arms, no competition. They straight off the bat, we're like, welcome to Tim and Amy, the new team. It's nice to see new people on the leaderboard. They are propping us, not competition us. They were like, yay, there's new names on the leaderboard. They were excited for it. And now we're already collaborating with the other Canadians to go do events. I'm not even on their team, but they're like, let's go collaborate, come do an event with us. And I'm like, yeah, let's. Like, oh, it's amazing the collaboration in this company as a whole. And then as our team, when you come in, you get us too, right? So you're going to learn how to share the products. We have all the resources to teach you. Don't worry about knowing anything about anything. Just be excited and share your excitement and the rest will flow. It's all there. Everything is there. Training, learning, support, you name it. We don't have to carry an inventory. Everything's online. You can carry inventory if you want. And we're actually allowed to retail. If you have a salon, a spa, boutique, you can retail as well. We're allowed to do that, which some other companies don't allow you to do that, but we're allowed to do that. So that's exciting. If you know somebody that has a little boutique or something, wants to put some stuff on their shelves, we can do that. But people, it's so simple. It's just literally your link. This is the game changer. The link. Emily's going to talk about her favorite part after, so I won't take it from her. I will save that for you. But just the easy shopping experience, the website is clean. It's user-friendly. No like crazy flex ships, all these things, no auto ships. It's so clean and just easy, seamless for your customer and for your influencers to go navigate the site. And so, you know, you guys, like this is the new way of doing business, is online business, like that social selling, marketing, and we teach you how to do it all. I have tons of girls that have come in that have never had any experience, even literally. I love my girl, Patty. I always shout her out. Be a Patty, guys. Patty came in with zero. She didn't even know how to post on Facebook. She had someone else post her first post and share it on her wall, and they talked on third person on behalf of Patty. Patty's, is talking today. Patty wants to share about her business today. She had someone else post on her wall on her very first post. It was the cutest thing. It's like, be a Patty. She's made sales already. She's selling already. She's like, she's getting team members and she's going, and she's never done social media in her life and done this kind of business before, and she's succeeding. When I say all levels can win here, you guys, be a Patty. I love her. Anyway, so commissions, 50% based on your personal sales, paid literally in your pocket every 72 hours. So if you're making sales every day, guess what? You're getting money in your pocket every single day. Woo! And then we get a bonus pay on the 10th, the big bonus pay. And then there's also bonuses that range from 1K to 500K, like tons across the board. Our comp plan is lucrative. So, and it's a very aggressive comp plan and lucrative. So take it away, Emily.
Thank you, Amy. And yeah, it is a very aggressive comp plan. I never would have described it that way, but it's exactly what it is, if we're being honest. So, okay, so let's talk about this. This is my favorite part, you guys. At this point, honestly, somebody needs to get me help with how excited I get about this. But let me explain it to you guys. When you start talking to somebody about the products and they're like, oh, well, do you have something for this? And, I have oily skin, but my hair is really dry. And then I really want some mascara. And, oh, do you have cream blush? And you're like, you can create the cutest little hot list, which is a customized list for people. Okay. It is so nice. They get a link to all of the products that you recommend based on what they need. And and it literally says add to cart, add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. And they can just add to cart and they don't have to do, they can press add all to cart if they just are like, yeah, let's go. Or if they look at it, they're, I don't think I'm going to get that today, but I'm going to get this, this, and that. And it's just amazing. Like, what a cool thing to be able to offer people. It makes people feel really special because it's customized for them. And there are studies out there that show that people are so much more likely to order something if they get a customized list versus just sending the website. But again, you can just send the website. And also, these lists take me like 30 seconds to put together. So it's not like you're just spending a whole lot of time doing this either. Okay, so down here, I just want to show you this. So you know how we get paid 50% commissions. So the order total for this person is $306. So the point is $130. Guess how much we got paid? $130. Okay, if someone places an order, you get 50% commissions on the products that they purchased. It's just so straightforward, you guys. It's so, because, this is obviously order total. It's going to include taxes. It's going to include shipping. So not that, but everything else, right? And when have you ever in your life heard of a company giving 50% commissions and paying them every 72 hours? That's ludicrous. It's ludicrous is what I say. And there are a lot of ways that people can purchase with us. You can purchase as a beauty influencer, which gets you 50% off. You can purchase, you can put an item on subscription if you want. That gets the whole order 25% off. Or our products are honestly so affordable and high quality that people do not mind paying full price. We can send over our website without much fear that people are going to see the prices and run. In fact, usually they see the prices and then ask us why they are so affordable, to which we say, because we own everything. And I'm going to let Greta tell you about getting started with the business if that is something that you would like to do.
Okay, guys, these are the different kits that you can get. We actually have 2 different options for how you join as a beauty influencer. The first option is to just buy a bundle. Pick one of the bundles that has the things in it that you would be interested in using. And I also tell people to keep in mind too, when you're choosing your bundle, think about things that you could share easily. Like, you'll have time to try all the things and get all the things, and we're constantly like placing orders and trying new things because like once you try it, you can't stop. It's actually wild. You have time for all of that. Think about what you can easily share on social media, share with your friends. What is your, like warm market? Like, what are people into? Are you like a healthy gym girly? We have a whole nutrition line. Or if you're more into like makeup and you're like, oh, I could easily share that on social media. We have that. We have the skincare, the hair care, whatever it is. Think about the things that you're going to use and love, and then be authentically, genuinely excited to share with people. Just keep that in mind when you're selecting your bundle. So when you get one of these bundles, they are heavily discounted already because they're all like packaged together for you. But if you see one and you're like, oh, like I wish it had this or I wish it had that, you could either pick a bundle and add stuff onto it, or you can kind of create your own kit, which I think is really cool too. So you can just shop the website as if you're a customer, whatever it is you want to put in your cart. And then if you see this little orange box on the screen, that's the little like business kit. That's got the things in it like your catalog. I just happen to have mine right here. It's got samples in it, all of this kind of cutie little marketing material, launch your business type of stuff. You can shop for whatever you want to on the website and then just add this for 20 bucks. So even if you're thinking like, oh, maybe I'll just be a customer and see, if you're going to be a customer and see and potentially want to join the business, add this on for 20 bucks. You're going to get half off that order immediately. And then you're going to be armed with everything you need to start your business. So those are kind of the two simple ways that you can do it. Pick a pre-made bundle or create your own custom kit and add that little box, and you are on the team. And then we'll teach you the rest.
Speaking of, Amy, would you like to comment on the support?
Well, if I didn't already boast about it earlier, let me talk again about how amazing the support is. Here's an example of one of our upline supports. So, More Than Business is Bianca and Issa, our uplines. They've created this school, and you can go into that school. They have live monthly trainings on like different business building strategies, and they have social media training. There's hours of recorded video modules. Literally, there's content calendars for, and like scheduled, you can plug into their calendar of when there's Zoom calls and trainings and even Bible studies and stuff like that. And they always do interactive challenges too for our customers. It's like they're 2 and 3 and 4 up from us, but they open up the challenges to us and all of our people. Doesn't matter how far down the lines we are. Everybody's welcome to participate in all the challenges should you want to plug your team or potential customers into them. There's always monthly live Q&A for extra support to get, they're very hands-on with their downline. And actually, Hamina, who's near the very top of our line, she actually opened one as well. She has is it Beauty Revolution or something? She opened one up too. So there's even more. So it's like, this is just an example here of what we have connected in for us. And she usually, if you're not in pharmacy, this business school, More Than Business, is actually, they sell that to the public for people to use, but they give it to us for free because we're in their downlines. Like, what? Like, just saying, like, they are so incredible with what they do. Our upline support, I cannot stress enough. When you come into a network marketing company, is like, yes, your business starts at you and what you do starts at you. You're in control of your own business, but it is literally something to be said with the support up the lines. And if there is or isn't support, how that makes you feel in your journey. If you're somewhere where there is not really anywhere to reach up to and to, for support and help, even if you like, it's nice to have it there, even if you don't need it, but it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, right? So I just can't speak enough about our insane, I said it before, and I'll just repeat myself about how great that is.
It is. It's almost too much where when people start out and you send them all the resources, they're like, it's too much. And you're like, wait, no. You don't have to do anything with it. I'm just telling you it's here because
some people like to absorb it all and they want to know, they want to have everything. So it's like, hey, we have it and you can digest it at your own pace, but it's all there.
Yeah, I've started to tell people I'm about to send you a very long list of resources. And I want you to know none of it is necessary to make money. I'm just sending it to you so that you have it for the future.
Exactly.
That people are like, oh, so I need to watch all of these to make money. And since there's like hundreds of trainings in there, I'm like, absolutely not. I have watched maybe half of one and I'm doing okay. So now it's your turn. If you have enjoyed hearing about this, if you're looking for extra income from home, if you want to try products that are really incredible and affordable and European and on the cutting edge, even like our vitamin C serum is brand new. They patented the technology for it, which is the way the vitamin C is delivered into your skin. It's really neat. These are all good reasons to start with a company. You want innovative, you want, one that moves with the times, and you want clean because these days everybody is pretty aware of bad things in products. So being able to have that right up front is pretty awesome. So, Greta, would you like to say anything before we leave?
What do you want me to say?
Just
Oh, just
hi, and we love you. And let us know if you have any.
I thought there was another part, and I was like, wait, I wasn't prepared for that. Thank you guys for spending part of your evening with us. I know that taking an hour out of your night to hear about something is kind of risky. You might leave being like, why did I do that? But I hope not. I hope you see what we saw in this company and why we walked away from our 6 and 7 figure businesses to do this. And we would just love to see you on the team soon. So I hope we do.
Hope we do.